Greetings everyone. I am going to share my journey of the internship I recently completed with the IUCEE. So hey, my name is Malay and I am from 3rd year computer engineering branch and I intern with IUCEE in my 5th semester. So today, the topics we are going to cover have been taught over a period of 3 months by the IUCEE professionals during my internship. So first, the energy basics. The energy basics was one of our first lectures and it comprised of 3 things. So now first coming to climate change. As we all know, climate change occurs due to pollution and the greenhouse gas emitted by us and all the man-made activities which harm the environment. Climate change is a very big issue and we have discussed some ways to prevent it. Now second we come on to the CO2 concentration trend. So when we see the CO2 concentration trend, it has been on a steep increase over the last few years. In 1960 it was about 310 ppm and now in the recent data it has come up about 396 ppm. Next, we looked at the carbon footprint and how we can reduce it. So mainly the 4 principles to reduce the carbon footprint are reduce, reuse, recycle and renewable. Next, in the next segment we learned about the energy conservation pyramid, which comprises of tier 3, tier 2 and tier 1 as we can see. So energy saving can only be done by changing our habit. It does not really require much of our efforts or cost to do it. Energy efficiency can be brought by using efficient technologies. It can be done by simple things like replacing bulbs by LED and using the energy efficient motor in place of the standard motor. And then we talk about the renewable energy. As you all know, renewable energy means to replace dirty energy with a clean source of energy. For example, solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy, etc. Next, we were taught renewable energies in India, and now we mainly looked at the 3 renewable energies in India. So first, solar photovoltaic cell. The solar photovoltaic cell is used to convert solar energy directly into electrical energy. The benefits of this are that it is scalable in nature and it has low cost maintenance. The technology is used in mainly 2 forms: grid connected and off grid. The second one is biomass boiler and biomass gasifier. So biomass is converted to gas by impartial combustion. The direct burning of biomass is to produce steam in the boilers. Next, we looked at biogas. Biogas is a mixture which is produced by organic matter anaerobically. Then, in our next segment, as we can see that the world dumps a massive amount of 2.12 billion tons of waste every year. How large is that? Just think about it. So we come to our next segment, which is waste management. So this is the waste management pyramid, which shows that which is the most preferred way of waste management and which is the least preferred way. And we had been taught about all of this by our IUCEE professionals in depth. So the first, source reduction. Source reduction is also called as waste prevention. It basically means to eliminate the waste before it is created. Source reduction is activities designed to reduce the volume or toxicity of products throughout the life cycle. Second, reuse. Reuse is the action or practice of using an item, whether it is for the original purpose or to fulfill a different function. Next, we come to recycling. Recycling, as we all know, is the process of converting waste materials into reusable objects. Then we come to the last 3, which are the waste disposable systems and which are the least preferred and probably should not be done, like it should be avoided as much as it can be. So resource recovery. It is the process of recovering materials from solid waste for reuse. Then comes the incineration. It is the process of destroying something by burning it. Next comes landfilling. Landfilling is basically a pit in which we store the solid waste and we dispose it in them. So the last two methods are most harmful to the environment. Now these are some disturbing facts about plastic. 50% of plastics are only used once. They are very expensive to manufacture and they take a long time to biodegrade. Hence, we can always think about an alternative to plastic. And now we had discussed about the water issues in our country. Water availability is not really a big issue, because as we all know, the earth is made up of water of 75%, but only about 3% of it is fresh and only about 1% of it is accessible. Then there are three main reasons for managing water, which are too little water, too much water, and water of poor quality. As we all know that there are some parts of areas in India like Kerala which are flooded with water, and there are some parts which have drought. This inconsistency of water causes too much problems in our country. And the next part is the water of poor quality. Human activities turn fresh water into wastewater. They are polluted and hence they are not really usable. Also, one of the major issues is population growth and climate change. As we all know, as population grows and the demand of water increases, but the supply of water does not increase, and hence it leads to a lot of issues. So after all of these learnings, we were asked to make a project proposal and prototype for our own campus, which we can implement in the near future to make it more eco-friendly. So the idea which we gave was to create a compost bin. The machine proposed by our team will reduce the environment effects to as low as possible. So we will be using an optimal size container to store the wet waste and then process it all at once. So environmental effects like hygiene issues will be reduced, and also decomposition can be taken place, which is also a good and a natural process. And then we also estimated our budget based on this, which came out to be about 1.9 lakhs. So yeah, this was our prototype which we made at the end of our internship by all of our learnings. So last, I would like to thank Professor Kailas Patil sir, Professor Maya Kurulekar ma'am, Professor Krishna Vedula, and all other professionals from IUCEE who guided us through the whole internship and made it as much knowledgeable as possible.